want peace, just not at the cost of my silence. Speak up. Through the hood, I keep hearing people say I'm supposed to die tonight. They can't destroy what they ain't built in the first place. So I'm finna ride tonight. I went from a truth seeker to truth speaker. Truth through the booth, your Bluetooth and your coupe speakers. Run up in here, I cut an ear, I'm 2 Peter. I bucket fear, I chuck a spear like Lou Peter. They love it here, I hate it here. They murder babies and pervert the children and make it here. It's getting crazy, everybody claiming they gangster here. And everybody feel it, but nobody is say it here. This call over money, so I say what I want, dog. Your favorite rapper don't need too afraid to be broke, dog. You lose your career pissing in folk off. But you could call black women hoes and kill all the black men that you want, dog. And I don't care if you hate that, I could take that. But stop claiming you real, knowing you hate facts. Sad thing is how fast you could diss a black queen and turn around and walk on eggshells for a drag queen. Bizzle, this what you wanted? I never came for the smoke, but if you gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. You see, that really ain't what I want. If you gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. You can't muzzle me, dog, I say what I want. And if you gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. I really love peace, but I'm ready for the war. So if you gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. World full of fake news, nothing real about it. Put their agenda in the middle and just build around it. You don't use your own brain, they gon' flip the whole thing and trick you with a headline and tell you how to feel about it.
World full of fake news, ain't nothing you can do about it. They put their agenda in the middle and put the whole thing around it, bruh. This will be spitting them facts. What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? How are y'all doing this lovely week? It's been so lovely. It's been a lovely month. If you Hebrew and you understand 400 years, you know what I'm saying? You know, ain't no 400-year prophecy, but you know, look at what we got going on. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful, beautiful time. It is a time of great expectation and happiness. You know, I don't understand. You know, I understand how some folks can be feeling all scared and shook, but if you know what you know, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. We know. You know what I mean? We've been waiting for this. You know, we've been waiting. We've been waiting. Oh, we have been waiting, and it is a blessing to see. And the good thing about it is Yah is preparing our brains to be human again. That's what I love about it. You know, we don't live like humans in America. Anybody who thinks that, you know, when I hear people say, "This is the greatest country ever made," you are blessed to be over here. This is the best country ever in the world. I'm like, that just shows how ignorant you are of the world. Like, not even talking about the atrocities and the dead kids and all the other crazy stuff that they be out here doing, and you know, behind the scenes and even in front of the scenes and stuff. We're not even gonna talk about infrastructure and all the things that they just are garbage at. Like, it makes no sense. And whenever I bring this up to people, I'm like, look, America doesn't even have proper trains that go over. I'm like, Japan got a train that goes all over the island. You don't have to have a car over there. You can walk. You know, if you want to drive, you can, but you can ride trains everywhere. They have high-speed trains. Oh, well, you know, Japan's smaller than America. America's bigger. That means we got more money, nigga. That's more money. You don't see all that money they take out of your check before you even get to see it, and they couldn't take none of that money and build nothing, international trains and nothing like that. We stuck with these old bootleg old Amtraks that's still old and dusty. Like, that's what we own, bro. Like, really, niggas still out here riding Greyhounds. It's just the blindness. But you know, when you trust, when you can tell who folks follow. Whose voice they follow, who is their Elohim, by the words that they say and what they do. And when I'm talking about tonight, I got actually a blessing for everybody. I'm saying it like an old Baptist preacher. You know, I ain't gonna keep y'all long tonight. We just gonna go over some verses in the scripture. No, pass me that my Bible over there. Wipe my head down with my little sweat rag over here, already sweating because I've been praising and yelling and running and playing with the pastor tambourine. Everybody know the pastor got the one special tambourine, that little black shiny professional looking tambourine that you don't mess with because that's the pastor's tambourine. But what I want to bring to everybody today And I was doing some research into, at the time has been kind of, a thing that's kind of been in the spirit. I've been doing some research, and I came across something inadvertently, when I was doing and look for that. I wasn't looking for this. It came and just started screaming at me when I saw it, and I was like, oh my goodness. Oh man, this is wow. This is very relevant. I started talking to fellow prophet that we be having our prophetic powwows. I shouldn't even call it powwow. I don't even know what that word means. I'll say our prophetic meetings. I'll call it that. Conversations, because we just be using words. How I am about words. Powwow. We gotta even look into the history of that. But we had a little prophetic conference, a mini assembly, and things was just lining up. We had a conversation before this, and then after that, I go back in searching for what I was searching for, and then this just jumped off the page in the process of me searching for it. And let me I'm gonna zoom this in up here for y'all in the process of me searching. So what we're gonna talk about today is the Jubilee. Jubilees is one of my favorite books. Like I said, the way the angel talks to Moses and teaches Moses is very interesting. It's just, the way words are used, the way things are put into context sometimes is just interesting to see just how far gone our mind is from the old way of thinking and the old ways of understanding, and how much of a just matrix that we live in. I ain't using that word now because, Andrew Tate comes around and throws it around. I think he just uses it because he's a psyop, freaking idiot dude that run around, mess with little girls, and walk free. So you already know he a part of the very matrix he says traps him. Like, bro, you're not in the matrix. You literally walk free off some crazy charges. You are the matrix. You're one of the agents, my dude. Get out of here. But the Jubilee is actually an interesting thing that, of course, we got to go in and we got to use my favorite blue letter, and we have to dissect this trash translation that is the KJV. This KJV is one of the most terrible, trashiest, just truncated, disgusting translations, man. The way they chop stuff up, that's what I mean by truncated. They just chopped it all up and cut it short and mixed it all up, They just went straight Missy Elliott on it. They just flipped it back and reversed it, and you be reading it thinking you're reading, facts, and all of a sudden really what you really are consuming is just like Missy was saying. It's garbage, bro. It'd be garbage. But we're gonna dissect some of that garbage and uncover what Yah was really telling us, and what he was really, and it's still relevant for us now. We're prepping ourselves to get up out of this second Egypt. This is what he was given to us after the first Egypt, and we just gonna go in, and then you'll see what we're talking about. So we're gonna start with Leviticus 25:8. And in 25:8 it says, "And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years unto thee, 7 times 7 years. And the space of the 7 Shabbats of years shall be unto thee 49 years." So, okay, that's pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. What Yah is saying is, all right, you're going to have 7 Shabbats of years. So every 7th year is a Shabbat. So if you don't know, on the 7th year of a Shabbat, that's where, you say, okay, that land right there is going to be, I'm sorry, hold on. Let me actually, yeah. This is, if you go up further, you'll see where he was telling them that, hey, you'll flow in it for 6 years, and you'll sow, you sow and reap from it for 6 years. And then on that 7th year is the day of rest. In the 7th year, ye shall be a Shabbat of rest unto the land. A Shabbat for the Lord, thou shalt neither sow nor thy field nor prune thy vineyard. So if you had a field that you had set up, you would have to let that field rest. So this is actually where the concept of rotating crops came from. That if you look at a lot of these older cultures that used to actually practice it, they got it from us, because that's how we used to do things. We used to have our crops, and you would rotate the fields. You would have some fields basically set up on an offset. So when it comes to 7 years for that field, you let that field rest. You didn't sow in it. You didn't do nothing in it. You just let it go. And then you had your other fields that you would work on. And then in that year, okay, that year was sold. That's the 7th year there. That's a Shabbat for that year. We not messing with that. That's what you did. You didn't mess with the growing for all those different Shabbats of the years. This is what caused the Dust Bowl here in America, because they just kept planting, and then literally you pulled all the resources out of the ground. Look at the land literally died. It became dust. It wasn't no longer fertile. And that's where they started introducing all the nonsense that we get in the food today, that even the vegetables are fake green, because of all the crap that they put in there, all the chemicals and all this other nonsense that they do. that, once they used the fertilizer because they were trying to force the land. Well, the fertilizer grows and the plants look green, but they don't have the same chemical makeup of a plant that grows normally out of the earth. So plants have their own natural insect repellent. So they were like, oh, well, we have a solution for the problem that we caused. And then that's where you started getting all the Monsanto and all this other stuff. And then this is why you got cancer rates through the roof for jokers that are straight vegetarians and stuff like that. This is why you get seedless grapes and seedless, all this seedless nonsense. It's all grown in the farm. They've literally subscriptionized growing crops, which is the most demonic, crazy nonsense to even say and think about, but that's essentially what we have. These farmers don't grow their own seeds. They have to go to a seed bank and essentially buy seeds every time they need to replant their crops. So they turned, and they've long turned. That's probably one of the first things that they subscriptionized was food. The very food that grows freely in the land, they took it and they subscriptionized it. And this is why. So in that, we're gonna go back down to 25:8. And it says, and thou shalt number the 7 Shabbats of years unto thee, 7 times 7. So after 7 years of Shabbat, in the space of 7 years, you're going to have 49 years. Then it says, then shalt thou cause a trumpet of jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month in the day of atonement. Ye shall make the trumpet sound throughout all your land. And ye shall hallow the 50th year and proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you, and ye shall return every man unto his possession and return every man unto his family. Keep that in mind. And the jubilee shall be the 50th year. The 50th year unto you. Ye shall not sow, neither reap that which groweth of itself, nor gather the grapes in it of thy vine undressed. Now, I saw that and I'm like, okay, the grapes of thy vine undressed. Okay, all right. So me, I got Blue Letter Bible. We hit that tools. So I come down and I'm like, all right, let me figure out what they're talking about here. Let me actually zoom this out some so we can kind of see that. Maybe I can make it look a little better. Yes, okay. We come down here. Vine undressed is Nazir. All right, let's look at Nazir here. We go to Nazir. Wait, it means consecrated or devoted. Consecrated one, devoted, and then here's this untrimmed in the end. So here's how you can check whenever you see these words like this, and you always have like a concerted, but there's an agreement between all the other definitions. Then you have that one definition that just come out of nowhere. You can always come up here to the translation count. So you can see, okay, Nazarite 12 times. All right, separate 2 times. Okay, undressed 2 times. And then when I look at those 2 instances of undressed, they're both in the same context of the same scripture. So now you got to ask questions. Wait, what? Why does this all of a sudden mean something different for this particular translation? So what you got to do, and what I did was, okay, what we got to understand is all languages other than English, because English is backwards and demonic, just like most, witchcraft they do everything backwards. We write from left to right. All other languages go from right to left. So what we go do is we're going to go in, and the lovely thing about Blue Letter Bible is when you highlight over the words, which you have been, following me in my usage of it, you see it highlights the words in the actual usage. So we can kind of see what's going on, and we can get an accurate representation of what's being said by piecing together the sentence using common sense and reason. So we come up here. Okay, this is going to be Yobel. So this means Jubilee. Okay, so a Jubilee that year. Okay, this word Sanah, get used to it because we don't see it a lot in this here passage. Sanah means year. So this is basically saying that year is a Jubilee. And then right here, the 50th. So that year, the 50th year is a Jubilee. This is another repeat of the word Sanah. If you look, this is actually the same as this is the same. They didn't translate it because they added all their other nonsense that they put in there to throw mayonnaise over the whole translation. So basically, it's saying that 50th year is a Jubilee for the 50th year. And then here we go. That everybody who's been rocking with me for a little minute now, y'all know one of our favorite words, Hayah. It means what it is. It shall be. For those who don't know, it means it shall be. What it is, really, what it is the appropriate thing. What it is, to means to become, come to pass, to exist, to happen, to come into being, to be what it is, to be. It is what it is. But what we look at here is we can also look at the verb usage. So the thing about the modern Yiddish mixed in Hebrew is they have different verb tenses for the verbs, and we can find that out when you click on the word here, And then you come over into here, it'll tell you it's a word. The part of speech is the verb, and then it tells you the stem from that word, qual. Okay, so then if I come over here back into, I think, haya, yep, right here, okay, we're under qual. That's the tense that we're using of that verb. So this means it means to happen, to come about, to come into being, to become. So that is how we're using that word within this sentence. So we're going to, go back. The Jubilee is the 5th year, and that 50th year is shall be. That means it will be to you. And this is another one we'll get comfortable with in this one. They don't have a translation, but it's what that word means, unto you. And then we're going to come down. Now here we have a word which is a particle. Particles of speech are a particle of speech is not a standard grammatical category in traditional English grammar. Instead, the term particle refers to a type of function word that must be associated with another word or phrase to impart meaning. So it's just like with to. To has really very little meaning by itself, but you need to run, to love. It gives you, it puts action into the word that you're talking about. For those that, just a quick grammar recap for those. So that's what's essentially happening here is this IO here is also doing what's called a negate. In other languages, you'll see that they'll say, like when we put not in front of something, like not 5, that negates the following word. So this here word that we're talking about for neither right here, it's IO, which translates to IO, or however he says that. How does he say that? Low. Okay. You probably can't hear that because I didn't share my audio, but he's saying low. That's word is low. So low here means not. So what they're saying is, okay, so not, and what's the next thing? Not to so. See how they separated this into two, ye shall. So that this is why I say the translation is so bad. Anytime you pull up Blue Letter and you start seeing this nonsense where the words are all high. See how you got 2 highlighted and you got the 1 arrow down and the 1 arrow up? That's because they took one word and split it into 2 words to make some goofy translation. Instead of translating things properly, they try to fit some word in there and fit some phrase in there, and they chop up and just truncate and mix it up and flip it and reverse it on some Missy Elliott type stuff. So basically he's saying right here, okay, Yah is telling us, okay, don't sow. That's what you're not going to do. This word zarah here means to sow. And we can go back. Actually, I should open it with a new screen. Zara. And we're going to actually double check on it. And we click on this, we see that we're using qual here. So when we come in here, we see that qual is there. It means to sow, producing or yielding seeds. Okay, he's telling us he don't want us to sow. And then here's another one with lo. And then you have the other word, kasar, which means to reap. All right. So he's saying 50th year is going to be your jubilee. You don't sow and you don't reap. And this is the word right here, which they made a whole phrase out of, that which grows of itself. That's totally crazy. So when we go here and click over here and try to see the definition, we see, okay, outpouring, growth from spilt kernels, aftergrowth, volunteer plants. We go and we see what a volunteer plant is. Where did I? Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's a question. I asked the AI a quick question. If you sown a field of wheat, can you have growth in it after the reap crop, but not planted additional seed? And they're like, yes, you can have growth in the field after reaping wheat without planting additional seed, but it will likely be volunteer wheat or weeds. So basically, that's what they call a volunteer crop. If you get some wheat and you've sown your wheat, some of the wheat seeds are going to fall down. So if it's before the Jubilee, Jubilee is coming, you go in and you sow up your crops. You may still have some crops grow up there, even though you're not tilling that field actively. It's going to be that volunteer crop that they're talking about. And the Most High was saying, nah, you're not eating that either. Don't eat none of that. Don't eat none of that. Here it is. No, nor gather it. So don't get it. Don't gather it. And then here's that unto you again. They didn't translate it. This is a word that's not really translated in English, but that's what it kind of means. Like it means that it's what's being said following is associated. It's kind of like continuing. It's of the same subject. So essentially, he's saying that all of these things that I told you not to do, the sowing and the reaping and the volunteer crop, don't gather them. And those same things, they are holy. Nazir means consecrated, devoted. It put it to the side. It is consecrated. So all the things that you worked for, your hand that you put into, you're not to touch it because it's holy now. It's holy. And then this gets followed up in the following scripture, because in Leviticus 15:12, for it is a jubilee, it shall be holy unto you. And here the holy, that Nazir means set apart. He said it is set apart. And that Nazir also comes from like the Nazarite. The Nazarenes were set apart. So that work was set apart. And because of the jubilee, it is holy, Kodesh, like Kodeshim. It is holy unto you. So that means you're not eating that because it's basically given unto Yah. Like, that's for me. That's an offering to me. That's holy unto you. You don't do that. So he said that then in 12, he says that for it is jubilee, it shall be holy unto you, and you shall eat the increase thereof out of the field. What does that mean? When we come out here, and then let's break this one down word by word as well. We're going to say, okay, for that one makes sense. For the jubilee year, it is holy, the Kodesh. It shall be Hayah. There's our favorite word, Hayah. So that means it shall be holy unto you. Again, I told you that word right there is going to be real common in this passage. Then it was saying out. That means from. This word here, out, is mean. It means from, out of. On account of from. That means this is what you're going to be pulling from. So he was saying out of the field shall you eat. Today they mixed it up. You got to come up here. You got to come up here. They put this down here. Out of the field shall you eat the full. And here it is again, that word, that associative word, and then it's saying the increase thereof. So what he's really telling us here is that from the field means it's not a cultivated field. This is a terrible direct thing, because did he just say before that you're not to cultivate, you're not to sow, you're not to reap? So we know that's not the case. So basically, this is the home of wild beasts. The home of wild beasts is not a cultivated field. The home of wild beasts is what's growing in the land, what's growing out of the ground, what's coming out. He was saying, don't eat none of that. You eat what's coming out of the ground and the increase thereof. Basically, what the ground produces, what naturally is produced by the earth, that is what you're to eat. What you naturally produce out of the earth, that is what you're doing, and that is what you're eating. Now, I'm gonna keep going. In this year of Jubilee, you shall return every man to his possession. That means everybody go home. You chilling. You going back. You spending time with family. And if you sell anything to your sell aught to thy neighbor. By this aught, that means wares. This aught here is in mimkar. That means selling a ware. So that means if you're selling like food, selling anything to your neighbor, because it's a Jubilee, he's like, if you buy anything out of your neighbor's head, don't oppress them. So Most High is against usury. So, anybody that want to call themselves the people of the Most High, but they act in usury, and they take advantage of people with unfair laws and unfair deals economically, where they put you in a situation to take advantage of you monetarily, they not acting according to the will of Yah. Because here we see that Yah is already saying, he already called it. Oh yeah, some people are going to have bigger fields than others. Some people are going to have something. Hey, you may have a field of apples. I may have a field of oranges. You may want an orange. I can't just be like, oh, it's Jubilee, homie. That orange is going to be about $50 a bushel. Out here trying to hustle and scam somebody because it's a Jubilee and they can't go plant their own apples and get their own apples. So you want to sit here and try to no, the Most High wasn't having that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then he put a balance in here. According to the multitude of years, thou shalt increase the price thereof. And according to the fewness of years, thou shalt diminish the price of it. According to the number of years of the fruits doth he sell unto thee. So in other words, if there's a bunch, you're gonna, you can adjust your price appropriately. If there's a little, you have to you diminish the price appropriately. You don't try to take advantage of people because of the circumstances. You got to be fair in everything that you do. That's why he said in 25:17, ye shall not therefore oppress one another, but thou shalt fear thy God, thy Yah, for I am Yahuwah, your Elohim. Wherefore ye shall do my statutes and keep my judgments and do them, and ye shall dwell in the land safely. And the land shall yield her fruit, and ye shall eat your fill and dwell therein in safety. And if ye shall say, what shall we eat in the 7th year? Behold, we shall not sow nor gather our increase. Then I will command my blessing upon you in the 6th year, and it shall bring fruit for 3 years, and ye shall sow in the 8th year and eat yet of old fruit until the 9th year, until her fruits come in, ye eat. Most High said, look, that 6th year before, I'm gonna already take care of you. You're gonna be planted, you're gonna be good. Now I'm gonna give my testimony on why I brought all this together and why the set apartness of the work and why it was important for you not to eat with your own hand. We don't farm now, so this is a concept that's foreign to us, a little bit. But how the Most High is dealing with us now is how many people out here running after Bitcoin because they scared. How many people running out here grabbing gold and grabbing silver and trying to hoard their money, throwing it under all this and that, and trying to hoard up and have all this stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with having a go bag now. Don't get it twisted. Ain't nothing wrong with being prepared to have an oil in your lamp. That's just prudence and being wise. But if you're getting so worried and scared and you're just like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Oh, the food is getting expensive. Oh, gas is getting expensive. How am I going to do? Oh, what am I going to do? The Most High is pulling us out of this mindset. My personal testimony that I can give about this is last year, within the past, I want to say since 2013, I've been laid off 3 times. Three times I have been laid off. And it's been annoying. It's been getting extra annoying. So the last time it happened last year, I got blessed actually and had they gave me a severance pay, and I had a little bit saved up and stuff. And I'm, afterwards I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling some type of way. I'm upset, and I'm just like, oh, because I'm programmed like most men here. If you don't got a job, you're useless. If you're not producing, you're useless. Well, you don't have a job. Oh, you're terrible. That's the thing that they programmed into our brain. This is a good way to get your slaves to keep going. Especially your able-bodied male slaves. You want to keep them grinding away so they can die off early from all the stress and wear, and then you can start programming their kids and moving on to the next generation. Perfect mindset for a slave. And talked with a friend of mine, and they were like, this is the Most High giving you rest. This is a time of rest. Now, at the time, I did not see that. I was like, bro, how am I going to pay these bills? These bills ain't going to rest. What's going to be resting in these bills? Am I going to tell to pay my rent with rest? Am I gonna keep these lights on with rest? I'm in my head, I'm like, man, I ain't feeling it. I ain't doing it. But then I just got to a point where I was like, man, you know what? Bump it. I'm gonna just take y'all at his word, and I'm gonna, I'm still gonna look and do whatever. But that's when I had the time to sit down, and that's when I wrote the book. Because I had time to sit down and be creative. And I was like, you know what, y'all? This had been in my spirit for the longest. I've been mulling over this thing about the soul. Let me go ahead and put this out. And that was some of the best 3 to 4 months that I've had, because I was able to wake up, be productive. I was able to do what I needed to do. I wasn't having to go on nobody's job and slave away for some cotton. I wouldn't have to deal with and clean other people's stuff up and having to be a magical Negro to all these different folks that's just be doing stuff just to do stuff and not think about stuff. Like it was freeing. It was a freeing experience. And I think I didn't buck against it, and I just accepted it and just rolled with it and rocked with it. And then I was able to produce the book and really to get a good change in my brain to be like, man, look, this is the way we should be. Yeah, you can be productive, but you don't have to grind. This grind culture is demonic. Because what happens when you grind away at something? You're just constantly chipping away. And eventually there's not going to be nothing left. It's deformed. It's out of shape. So what the Most High is saying to us in this hour with this Jubilee is, don't be so worried about doing it yourself. Don't be so worried. Trust in Yah. Don't be so worried about trying to go out there and do it, because it's coming up to a point where it's going to be hard. It's gut. Man, look, I'm Florida gas probably already. I hadn't gone out and seen it today, but the last time when I was out yesterday, it was $3.79. It didn't get that high and back in the 2008 crisis. And it's still going up. And it's still going up. So it's like, we see all the stuff that we've been talking about happening, and sometimes it's easy to get scared. You be like, oh man, what's going to happen? Oh, what's going to do? This? Y'all had already dealt with our ancestors with this and gave us this sign as an eternal sign that you, by your hand, you can't do nothing. On this 50th year, you don't do nothing. You rest and trust that when you go outside, there's going to be food for you to eat. If you need wheat, you got to get your tail up and go outside, and there'll be wheat available, not in your field, but just go out and find a field of wheat, and that wheat will be there and it'll be available for you. If you need apples, if you need this or that, whatever you need is going to be there, and it's going to be available. And to back that up, I got my over here. Again, I was looking for something totally different, and the Most High just was dropping things on top of things. Here's the other one. Matthew 6:23 KJV, unfortunately. But if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go up one. Matthew 6:22. Matthew 6:22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Wait a minute. Don't we have two eyes? I've talked about this before, but some folks may not have heard this. Don't we have two eyes? So what is he talking about? The eye. Well, we all pirates now? But we were supposed to be running around like pirates? Like what's going on here? What does he mean? Thy eye. If thy eye be single. See, we have three. We do have a third eye. Even though I know, Christianity teaches us that, anything that the pagans say is just demonic and it's just eternally demonic. Well, they also pray to trees. So are trees demonic? They use cats as mediums. Does that mean cats demonic? They use dogs and stuff like that too. So if you got a dog, is that demonic? No, it's not the creation that's demonic. It is the application of what they do. And this is a natural part of our creation. If you close your eyes and you think about a scenario like from when you were young, and you think about your old house that you used to live in, and you may think about your parents or your guardian who you was with, your grandma, your daddy, whoever it was, you can see that image in your head. You can see that old house, and you can see from when you were young what you were doing on the situation. If a song plays, you go back in your mind and you can see where you were when you first heard that song. What eyes are you using, or rather, what eye are you using to see that sight? That is your mind. Your mind is that third eye. And he's telling you that you have to keep the light of your body. Keep it single. That means focus. Keep it focused. Focused on Yah. Focus on his word. Because if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. And if therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for he either will hate the one and love the other. He will hold to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Is this not the same principle he was teaching with the Shabbat, with the Jubilee and the 7 Shabbats? This is the same principle. It's a common reminder every 50 years that this doesn't come from the power of my hand. This comes from Yah. My produce, my substance, everything I have is on Yah. It's not on me. I can't, just like they say in Deuteronomy, you can't save yourself. We can't save ourselves out of this situation. So you can stack up all the coin, XRP, all this other goofy stuff that they be talking about. You can stack gold up until you have a gold throne, and you can make a gold toilet like you live in Mar-a-Lago. You can stack up all the silver you want till you out here killing werewolves like they thinking you Van Helsing. You can do all this stuff, but none of that is going to save you. Reading on. Therefore, I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for what your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? This is why Christians are goofy when they be like, oh, the law is done away with. Oh, we don't have to deal with the law no more. Oh, I have liberty in the spirit, blah, blah, blah. The Yahusha, the Messiah, literally is giving you the same principle of the Jubilee. He's taking the Jubilee and giving it to you what it is. It's to let you know to take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, what ye shall drink, nor for your body, what kind of clothes. Oh, yeah. Oh, when the store shut down, where am I gonna go? I can't get this no more. I can't get that no more. What am I gonna do? This is the time when Yah is telling us, hey, just trust in me. Behold, then in 6:26, behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather in the barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much better than they? We are in his image. Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit to his stature? Ain't nobody, especially to most men's chagrin, in this situation here in this world where women say they like height. I'm just gonna throw this sideways in there because it's hilarious. I thought about this earlier and I thought it was hilarious when I saw this. Like, I seen the surgery that the dude. I think there was a couple dudes now that's out here trying to get surgeries to make themselves taller, which is sad. It's sad. Men have their own insecurities too, because all women, oh, he's short. Oh, I don't deal with no short man. Short king. Little stupid finger tapping. They be doing all that dumb crap on all this stupid mess. But T.I. is short as all get out. But if T.I. come around, all that short king mess go out the window. They gonna run after him. They gonna run. Lil Wayne is tiny. His name Lil Wayne for a reason. That nigga is tiny. Yeah, look at how many chicks don't run up to him and go, you think they're gonna be like, oh, little Wayne, you know, you're cute, but you're too short. Nah, they don't care. They don't care. That's my little aside note in there. I thought about that when I was reading about the height thing, and I thought about that brother that did his knees. Like, you know, the little insecurity that they put into men, you know, about height. It's like, bro, Biggie was a fat dude. I don't like fat dudes. Biggie was getting the baddest women of his time, and he was fat. It didn't matter because their God is Mammon. If your God is Mammon, it don't matter. You have all these rules for the dudes that don't have the Mammon, but if your God is Mammon, you got no rules for that type of person. This is why these dudes be out here searching for Mammon. This is why they got us programmed that if we're not working, I'm nothing, I'm this, because you got to feel like if I'm not working, I'm not worthy of this, I'm not worthy of that. None of that matters to Yah. None of that you can't save yourself. You got to get out of that. This is slave mindset to worry because you are the son of the king of the kingdom. He created the earth. The earth is his and the fullness thereof. It's literally his. What are you worried about? That's like when the prodigal son came back and he's just like, oh, I just want to be out here. He's like, bro, you are my son. I'm going to put this ring on your finger. I'm going to dress you nice and you finna come in the house. You're not finna work with the servants. You're my son. This is what the Most High is bringing us back into because we have had this beat down slave mentality. All of us, men and women, especially Hebrew men and women alike. They put us in this slave mentality where we always scrimping and scraping and hiding stuff and putting stuff here and putting stuff there. I see these videos of in China, and they always show that whenever somebody's giving out like free food, the elderly come in and they just act the fool with the food. They just go crazy. They be grabbing it and like, you know, like it's going to go away. And they be scrimping and scraping. And I'm like, man, why are they acting just so foolish and crazy about this? And the one dude that was presenting the video explained it because during the time when they were growing up, they grew up in heavy famine. There was a huge scarcity of food. So that mindset is stuck in them that, oh, food is available. I got to go grab it. Even though you're not in scarcity anymore. They're in China now. They got plenty of food and plenty of things available for them. But they still, whenever somebody, like there's a guy who was giving out free food to try to help people, you know, that weren't as fortunate as he was. And all these old uncles and aunties came up there and just showed out and acted a fool trying to hoard up all the food. Because they got a slave mindset still. They got a scarcity mindset because they don't, you know, they're still in that mindset of, oh, I don't know when I'm going to get my next meal, so I better grab all this and hold on to it. We serve the creator of heaven and earth. Everything is his. Why are we sitting here worried? Why are we out here chasing fake trends and fake things and doing all this other crazy stuff when the Most High has everything we need in him? It says, no man, go back down. Behold, the fowls of the air, they sow, neither do they reap, nor gather in the barns, nor gather in the barns. I mean, they don't store food, they don't sow and reap food, they just go out and grab it. Yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much better than they? Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit to his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment, for clothes? Why are you worried about your clothes? Consider the lilies of the field and how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. That means they don't make clothes. They ain't out here sewing. They ain't out here doing none of that kind of stuff. And he says, yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Because just like what happened, what did the Most High tell Moses when Moses had to make a altar? He said, if you alter the rocks in any kind of way, I don't want it. I want unaltered rocks because there's nothing that we can create with our hands, nothing that we can do that'll outshine the glory of the Creator. So this is what he's getting us to see with the Jubilee. It's not just a time, it's trying to come back home, to rest, and to also take in the notice and to be mindful of the fact that Yah is our portion. He is who provides for us. He is the one who gets for us. We don't gotta worry about this. Putting it in modern standpoints, don't worry about what's going on. Yeah, you can be mindful of it. Yeah, have your, go back and be smart, but don't be like, oh my God, I only got enough for, oh man, I can only stay around for like 6 months. So what's gonna happen after 6 months? Oh man, I gotta, you sitting here trying to make all these goofy plans, like plan for what you can and rest on Yah for the rest. That's it. Make sure you got oil in your lamp. Hey, I know he coming, so I'm gonna put some oil in my lamp. I'm gonna be ready. When the little downtime or whatever come, I'm straight. I'm good. I don't gotta go out when it's martial law and everybody acting crazy and getting all the toilet paper and stuff. Cause I bought toilet paper before everybody started acting crazy. And yeah, it may only last me about 2 weeks, but I got 2 weeks worth of toilet paper. I got 2 weeks of toilet paper and I'm good. If anything come after that, hey, the Most High will provide whatever I need. If I need toilet paper, I'll get heavenly toilet paper. If I need to have food, the Most High will give me food. If I need to worry about my rent, the Most High will make a way. And the Most High made a way for me in every situation that was there. Like I said, when I did the book and stuff like that, I just put it out and I just said, at first I wasn't even gonna take nothing from it, but I got advised, hey, you should at least take a donation for it. You should at least. I was like, all right, fine. I wasn't expecting nothing of it because again, I had some stuff, some savings saved up, so I ain't make it to do that. I'm like, I just got to get this out, and I'm gonna just trust y'all for the rest. And some crazy situations had popped up in between that I hadn't foreseen for. And the Most High provided for every single situation. I didn't go without at all during that time. I didn't suffer lack of anything. I wasn't out here buying Porsches, and you see that's the problem. We got this religion, mammon, greed mindset that if you're not pushing a Porsche, if you're not pushing a brand new BMW with spinning rims, and if you're not living in a 19 bedroom apartment with flying in private jets, that you're not blessed, because we've let these shysters and swindlers say that, oh, you blessed if you have things. No. John the Baptist lived out in the woods. He taught people out in the woods. He was a vegetarian. That locust he was eating was fruit, was from a tree. He was a vegetarian, lived out in the woods, that was a Nazarene. So he had his hair growing wild. He lived out on his own, lived off the land. He lived a simple life. But he was the man that got to anoint Yah's word manifested in the flesh. He got to anoint the creator himself. Like, if y'all cared about people with all this type of stuff, do you think he would have came to such a humble man? He chose Moses. Moses was meek. He said he was one of the meekest men. He chose him. Everybody looking at Jesse's other sons and stuff, they're like, oh, look at this one. Oh, look at this one. Oh, he looked like a king. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's tall and handsome, and he got all this and that. And then y'all was like, no. None of them niggas. Like, hey, tell him to go find the little boy, the little red nigga in the fields. Go get him. And here he come in smelling like sheep. probably got was laying on the ground, so he got a little, he's dusting off the grass off of him. He come in, smelling like animals and stuff, because he been outside doing what he do. And this is the man that the Most High chose to anoint as king. So he's a man after my own heart. Like Gideon hiding, he was just like us. Gideon, like, look, I'm the least of my family, bro. I'm over here hiding my stuff from these niggas that come take from us. And you telling me, you calling me mighty man of God? Who? Mighty man of who you talking to? That's why he was like, bro, let me ask you about this sheep and this, and okay, I know how you did that, so let me do this. Like, that's why he went through and did what he did, and Yah was indulging in him, because he understood that in a captivity mindset, you are taught this, you are put through the struggle. You're constantly in the struggle. It's always a hustle. That's what they always say. Oh, hustling. You got to be grinding. You're hustling, and grinding. Oh, and we make it sound like a good thing. Oh, yeah, well, I've been, me, bro. I just been out here hustling on my grind. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make some moves, trying to make some plays, trying to make it happen, trying to make it do what it do. You get the females talking. Oh, I got this degree. I'm working on this degree, and I done got this not for profit, and I got that not for profit, and I'm finna start a business doing this, and I got a business doing this, and I do hair on the side. Like, bro, all that stuff that's the Most High don't care about none of that. Do you trust him? Do you have faith in him? Do you understand that he is the king? And when you are rocking with the king, it's disrespectful for you to run around acting like a pauper, because in his kingdom, he has no lack. So it's disrespectful to him to be like, bro, like, look at how James Earl Jones reacted when he heard that his son was working. He come in, he's seen Coming to America. King Joffrey seen that dog on McDonald's plaque, and he's like, what is this? He was like, why's my son's name on this crap? Oh, that's an award he got at his job. My son what? He got legit ticked off. He's like, how dare you have my son? He's the son of the prince. He got a whole kingdom that is his. He has rich riches beyond measure, and he over here scraping and scraping, doing French fries for $5.15 an hour? Nigga, do you not know who you are? Do not know who you are. And this is something that's really hard for us because we have been the least for so long. We've been at the bottom for so long. And again, as my mom would say, this is coming from the pulpit on back. I ain't gonna even say that I have arrived all there, but it's the truth. We are so dependent on this grind mentality that this is what gives us value because we've been programmed as a slave, because you want your slave to constantly work till they die, and then just get the next batch of slaves and then work them out, just using people like things. Like you would use a hammer. You just use a hammer. When the hammer's done, you just toss it to the side and get a new hammer. That's how they using humans, and that's not the way we were designed to be, especially us of the royal priesthood. We are the royal priesthood. That means we are serving in the court of the king. We don't understand kingdom mindset because they've hidden it. They still use kingdom concepts, but they just hidden it behind democracy and all these other ocracies and isms and communism and isms and all that other nonsense that they've put in there and thrown in there. But the same concepts still apply. The Messiah, the Most High, the Messiah is the ruler of this earth. The kingdom of earth is his and the fullness thereof. What are we sweating for? Why we got to worry about running and grinding and doing all this nonsense? He's seeing us, he's like, bro, I'm trying to put you in a place of rest. I'm trying to give you rest. And I'm over here looking at jobs and trying to hunt for jobs. And he's like, look, my son works. Oh, chill. I got bigger things for you to do. You got work to do in my kingdom. I'm not saying, working a job is bad, but at the same time, you got to put things in perspective. Don't let this mess work you to death. Don't let this mess run you down into the ground. I heard Law for Love has the meetings on Mondays, and I heard Judge Shar say this, and I was like, bro, it smacked me upside my head. It's like, it's the other people's business. It's not your business. Do what you do and then leave. And it sounds so simple, but I'm like, man, I'm sitting here taking ownership of this. That's what we do. That's how we're administrators. We're the ones who are supposed to be running businesses and administrating things. And when we see stuff out of order, it bothers us. When you be on there and you be seeing, these folks just running around like little ants running in circles trying to figure stuff out. It's just running retarded. And we just got to come in and be the magical Negro and put everything back together. I know we all know about that. How we all have to come in and do all that. Like, no, this ain't my business. I'm not finna sit here and work all these long hours. I'm gonna let this thing fall off. And then when y'all come to me and be like, why this ain't done? Well, I did this and I did that. Maybe you need to hire somebody else. I'm not finna do the work of 3 people. I'm doing the job that you asked me to do. That's as other duties as assigned. Like, bro, come on now. Nah, that's demonic. You just want to just start stacking stuff, but you don't stack my paycheck. No, we getting out of that mindset, man. It's not the time for that no more. With this time that's coming up, all this uncertainty that's in the earth, our trust is in Yah. That's why I'm like, it is a good day. I love it. I have no fear about what's coming because I know that Yah told us this was coming. So we have no fear. We're not scared. I be seeing all these folks, they're all just, oh God, oh no. So just weak-minded. They are weak-minded because their God is this system, the mammon of this system. And their God is dying a horrible death, an ugly, nasty, stank death. Don't even have a whole corpse in China. It's really actually stems from African culture, but it's like a honor that you do to your parents. To when you get buried with your whole body. It's like your last sign of honor to your parents because you brought me in with a whole body. I'm leaving with a whole body. So it was extra disrespectful to be chopped up. Somebody chopped your head off. If you got beheaded, that was a disrespectful death. Getting drawn and quartered, these are disrespectful deaths. If you're fighting and you get chopped into pieces, that was a person disrespecting you. In a lot of the Chinese martial arts shows, you'll even hear them say, oh, if you do this, I'll leave you with a whole corpse. That's what they're talking about. Like, I'm still going to kill you, but I'll at least leave you with a whole corpse so you can honor your parents on the way out. And they really want to be disrespectful, they're going to chop you up. The Most High is letting us know, hey, I got all this. You don't got to worry about that, man. You don't got to worry about that. Just trust in me. And that's what we got to be at in this hour right now. We don't got to worry about, oh, man, what's going to happen here? Oh, man, what's going to happen there? Oh, am I going to have this? Am I going to have that? This is the time that you'll see that with a lot of these folks that's around, because again their trust is in that God, but we don't worry about that. Their God is dying an ugly death. They don't even have a whole corpse. It's going out like Jezebel. That's why the death of Jezebel was so disrespectful. She fell out the window and then she got ate up by the dogs. That's like, bro, what? you got just toe up. That was a disrespectful death to have the birds feeding on your carcass because you didn't get buried with a whole body. They just came and disrespected, desecrated your body. That's what's going on to this system, and people are scared. And guess what? We don't have no reason to be scared. This is a reason for us to have joy. We're coming into Jubilee. That Jubilee is that liberation. Every man returning back to his home. You're returning back to where we came from. We finna go back. The Most High is about to send us back. That's what this wilderness is going to be on, to help deprogram and get this garbage, all this mayonnaise and crap that's been gobbled all on us and in our blood and all that stuff is going to get purified up out of us. So we got, this is, like I said, this was a quick blurb I wanted to bring tonight because I really just wanted it to be like an encouragement, because just know that, hey, don't worry. Don't worry about a thing. I don't worry about a thing. It's on Yah. Yah's gonna take care of it. Yah's got it. If you know you're gonna wake up and the sun gonna be there, and as soon as the sun go away, you see the moon come up. Everything works according to the function of Yah. You're good. You're gonna be good. The system failing is a good thing. It's gonna get crazy. You're gonna see empty Walmarts. You're gonna see gas rising to astronomical prices to the point where you're gonna have no gas pumping because ain't nobody gonna, either gonna go get it all out or ain't gonna bring nothing in. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse. They sit here telling people. That's why I love that verse that Bizzle spit talking about the propaganda. They telling all this talk. Oh yeah, I heard somebody say, "Oh yeah, we got control of the strait and we got this." Bro, we ain't even worrying about that. Hey, we know it's gonna happen. We know it's coming. We know what's coming. These people are clinging to the lies and the propaganda because that's their God. If you trust in the system, then you're gonna miss Yah. This is where the death is coming from. This death ain't just gonna be just some random death that's just gonna happen. It's gonna be just those that don't put the blood over the doorpost, except it's not the doorpost of a physical doorpost, it's in your heart, that word in your heart, that word, that understanding, that Jubilee understanding that, what, Yah, you this is now sacred unto you because you finna put judgment upon this land. So now I'm stepping out of it. I ain't got nothing to do with me because it's on you. That those crops was the Most High. He was basically taking ownership of it. He said, hey, for this year, I'm taking ownership of them. I'm gonna take ownership. You just gonna trust me. I'm gonna take your allowance real quick. I'm gonna hold on to your wallet, and you just gonna ride around using my Amex. That's what the Most High is telling us. Don't worry about it. You can't check the account. You don't need to know. Just swipe the card and know that it's gonna work. That's it. Just swipe the card. You can't check it. You can't worry about the balance and nothing like that. You get something that you just swipe the card. So it's time for us to swipe that card of faith to for real. Christianity talk about it, but them the main ones that shook and be trying to play, they really shook. That's why they kind of, I've been seeing so many people just ignore the signs and they cling to anything of positive news. Oh, well, the gas is gone, but at least we got Venezuela. Bro, that Venezuelan gas ain't gonna do us no good. That Venezuelan gas is too thick for them to refine. There's no getting your hands out of this judgment. There's no way around it. You can have all the XRP, all the Bitcoin. If you've seen Bitcoin looking real goofy right now. You can have all the markets as they go up and down and slip and slide and move around, and they out there doing the Cupid shuffle out there with all that mess. You can't trust none of this stuff. Even if you have BRICS money, none of this stuff. The whole system that they're doing is going to come down. This is what they're doing. So if you trust in the system, you will be let down. And then you'll be more apt to go and take whatever they're going to tell you. But how many people went out and got jabs because, your job told you to do it? How many people are going to go out and if they say, okay, well, you got to get a UBI, but to get this UBI, you got to get this here vaccines cocktail before you can get the UBI. I mean, you out here looking crazy and stuff. You're like, well, I don't know what's going to happen. I just got to do what I got to do. Blah, blah. So now you out here putting mess in your body that's designed to kill you. These deaths that's going to come is not just going to be random and wanton. It's going to be people that don't have Yah's blood, his word written on their hearts. So they're not trusting in the nonsense. That's where this is going to come from. It's not just going to be random deaths because it's not, the Most High is just in all he do. But if you choose to follow your God, which is Mammon, guess what's going to happen? Your God, you're going to suffer the same as your God. It's this system. It said all the merchants was crying when the whore died. So you already know what's gonna happen. If the merchants overseas is crying and they looking sad, it's because that means all this system, that this fake house of cards, monopoly, goofy Ponzi scheme that is the modern Western economy, Western-led economy, is coming to an end. And I say an end not too soon, personally, because it's nothing but usury from top to bottom, usury. As we see, the Most High don't deal with usury. And so he's judging this system because of that. They always say that judgment comes to America, because of the homosexuality and all this kind of stuff. Unjust laws was one of the primary reasons, as well as shedding innocent blood. Those were the main primary reasons the Most High went up after and brought that fire down on Sodom and Gomorrah, because they had unjust laws. They had usury. They were taking advantage of people. They was, they had, all people had money and had food, and they would let people starve and die. That's demonic. They would hoard food and keep food. Look at what they're doing now. You can't even go out in the field, because they know this. They don't want you to go out into the field and get food. They kill all the food with all the chemtrails and the spraying that they be doing and all that stuff. You don't hardly see nothing growing hard out there in the wild like that no more, because they killed it all, because they so demonic. They want to try to control it. But even though they did all of that, guess the type of Yah we serve. The type of Yah we serve, hey, it don't matter. He's still going to take care of you. You still good. If he got to have ravens start flying in mass and dropping heavenly manna burgers to everybody that's chosen of him, guess what's going to end up happening? They're going to be like, oh, for this strange phenomenon of crows just flying out of nowhere, dropping burgers off to certain houses, but it only seems to be a specific black people. That's where it's at. That's where we are at. We're at the point now where it's put up or shut up. You say you trust in Yah, now it's time to trust in Yah, because this place is about to get goofy. It's about to get extra, and it's happening fast. It's happening very, very, very fast. I'm actually shocked at how it's almost hourly. These things are escalating and moving and cascading. It's getting crazy how this whole situation is moving right now. So this was my, just a encouraging message that, we serve the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. He's the creator of everything. He created everything from time, space, to all the laws of heaven and earth. He is the creator of all of this, all these laws that we don't even understand fully. And we sit here worried about some food. Like seriously? There's a whole heavenly realm full of wonders that we don't even know about. Even the earth has wonders that we don't even know about. We don't even understand fully the stuff that we deal with every day. The wonderful dexterity and the just noetic goodness that the Most High moved in when he created and cultivated this entire realm. And you worried about some clothes to wear and some food? It sounds crazy when you really start kind of, like we serve the creator. Like, what are you worried about? It was, I'll give one of my mom's testimony. It was, she got taken through this same phase too, because she, back in the 90s and stuff, when the Most High really started putting on her to lead and become a pastor, she wasn't doing it. She wasn't really trying to do it. She ain't want to be out there like that. So she was trying to push my dad up to do it, but my dad didn't have the calling to do that. It wasn't his calling to lead as the pastor. My dad helped in the church more administratively and being like the overseer and making sure everything was in place. He kept the building together. He was the one that made everything run, so she didn't have to worry about that. She was just focused on the word. And the Most High was telling her to get out of the job. She had a job that she was doing. So she quit the job, and then she started doing like babysitting kids. So she would babysit like the maximum legal amount that you didn't need to have a license for. And that's what she was doing, as her halfway obedience. But she still kept hearing from the Lord that, you need to obey fully. And situations will come up. So finally she had to get rid of all the kids and fully trust in the Most High. And basically had no income coming in. And I'm telling you right now, it got crazy for a minute there. We had a car get repossessed, all kinds of crazy stuff. But after that initial nonsense, she had a brand new car. She never went without lack. She had and it made me so mad that I had to get rid of that doggone stove, because that stove was still good even to the time I couldn't bring it with me into this apartment. But she had got a stove, nice at the time. This stove and all her appliances were bought brand new by somebody from the church that just wanted to bless her. Like, no, she ain't asked for it. She wasn't that type of person. Oh, y'all need to go and give me a bless. Like, no, They blessed her. But we got the new house, and then she was like, we have moved into a new house. That was that. She was able to put a name in and get another house. Y'all blessed her in that, and then got blessed with brand new appliances. Not no cheap garbage ones, top of the line good ones. I was still using that same stove till I downsized out of my last place. Like it became a generational blessing. Like the Most High will take care of you if you are obedient. I've seen it for myself firsthand. Yeah, you got to adjust. You can't, keep living crazy and stuff like that, but your needs will be met. You don't got to worry about nothing. We ain't never got put out. We ain't never have to, the lights out for, 2 months at a time, 3 months at a time for hustling, all that kind of stuff. Nothing crazy. Nothing ever crazy like that ever happened. The Most High always made sure we were good. Matter of fact, we ended up getting more stuff blessed and have more increase and stuff. We would get, mom and dad got rid of all the music and stuff. Now, man, we got to a point that our house became known as the house to come for Christian music because we had a wall with a built-in shelf built, and it was just full of nothing but CDs from gospel to Christian techno to Christian hip hop and all kinds of stuff we had just popped up in there. All the music, holy music. So when you trust Yah, he will give you the increase. He will give you the increase. He will do it. I've seen it from my mom, and I've witnessed it firsthand for myself. Because, when you see it for somebody else, it's one thing, but going through it for yourself is another. And I did go through it myself, and I'm like, Yah, this ain't nothing but you. This ain't nothing but you. So trust in Yah. Don't let these folks put their worry on you. Don't let these folks push they scaredness, because their God is their God. We trust in the true and living Yah and true and living Elohim. And we know that this is just him shaking the table because he's finna come get us up out of here and teach us how to be human once again. So I hope that bless y'all, man. Because, again, we've been trained to grind. This is the most demonic. It's deceptively demonic in how it does. Is demure, deceptive, and demonic. It sounds like a good thing. Oh, I'm working hard. I'm being productive. What am I in? I'm doing well. But it's designed to wear you down. Yah is like, my daughter works. My son works. He don't want you grinding like that. Do what you got to do. I ain't saying go quit your job tomorrow. Don't be goofy. I ain't saying all that. But don't sit here and wear yourself out. Don't sit here. You can still be in the midst of the stuff and still have peace and still let y'all do what it do. Because that's what's coming. It's coming up. And the better you make peace with it now, that's the reason why that when you read about the I believe it's in Jasher, when we come up out of Egypt and stuff, manna could taste like whatever you wanted it to taste like. But our people were still complaining because we were slave brained. You would rather have quail versus something that came from heaven, heaven's food. Just like David said, we eating heaven, the angels' food. We eat literal angels' food cake. And it could taste like cake. It could taste like gummy bears. It could taste like a casserole. It could have tasted like quail. Whatever you wanted, man, it tasted like whatever you wanted. But because it was foreign to our slave brains and we couldn't hunt it and get it and dress it for ourselves, they was complaining. They had a problem with it. I gotta go do something. I gotta be busy. I gotta have something to do. I just can't sit around. I just gotta do something. I just gotta be sit around and meditate on the word of Yah. Sit around and think on the things of Yah. Let Yah deal with you. That's the reason why we stay busy, and we don't deal with our internal sins and our internal issues, because we so busy, we just drowning out the problem and glossing over the problem instead of sitting down, really thinking and doing some introspection about ourselves and being like, you know what? This is something I need to improve on. That's when you get that state of maturity, when you're questioning yourself and when you stop and check yourself. Why did I do that? Why am I thinking like this? Why do I feel like this? Why is it that when she do this, I feel that way? Why is it when he do this, I feel that way? Why is it when they say this, I feel that way? Why is it when they move like this, I feel that way? Why is it I feel like I need to do this? Use that piece to check within yourself so Yah can continue to make you and mold you and pull that Babylon up out of you to clean you up. We got so much Babylon and nonsense in us. We need that quiet time to focus on his word, to keep our minds single, just like the Messiah said. He was literally reiterating the jubilees. to what they were saying. He was giving them the fullness and the manifestation and the understanding of what the Most High was trying to convey. Don't trust in yourself. Trust in me. I got you. Walk when I tell you to walk. Do what I tell you to do. So, with that, y'all, I just hope that blesses y'all. I really, hope that blesses y'all. Like I said, times is getting perilous, and hey, we good. We good. The more things get crazy, I feel crazy sometimes, because I had said this one time with an uncle of mine. Me and him was kind of laughing about it, because we were talking about how things, and it was a year or so ago when we were talking about this, and things were crazy. And he's like, man, I feel bad sometimes, because I be happy when I hear it. I said, you too, Unc? Me too. I be happy. I feel weird, because everybody like, oh, this is bad. Oh, this is such horrible things. Oh my God. Oh, this is so scary. Oh no. Oh, well, whatever shall we do? And I'm over here like, hey, hey, that 400-year prophecy real though. Ain't no 400 years. Hell yeah. I'm over here jugging by myself in the corner like, hey, I'm celebrating. I'm happy. They trying to get everybody into this mindset so you'll be cattled up and herded away. My sheep hear my voice, and another they won't follow. Who's your God? If you follow a mammon, you're going to try to follow the money. You're going to follow all the hustles, and you're going to follow all the tricks. But if you trust in Yah, you're going to look at stuff and be like, I'm not in a fight or flight mode. So if you're not in fight or flight, then you're going to stop. You're going to think things through, and you're going to be like, nah, I'm good. That don't sound right. I'm good. I'm going to stay over here. I'm straight. So, again, with that, I appreciate y'all coming through tonight. I hope y'all be blessed by this. And we the chosen of Yah. We are his people. He's bringing us back for his name's sake. And if he's putting his name on us, it will be a shame to his name if we was out here looking stupid. It will be a shame. It's a shame to his name if you out here scrimping and scraping and begging and trying to get back. People like, oh, I thought he served a God. There's a plenty. He out here begging. What kind of mess is that? That's not how that works. That's not how none of that works. Not in the kingdom of Yah. He got you. And we got to trust that we are stewards in his kingdom. And as a part of his kingdom, he's going to provide for us. That's what he do. That's why when you see kings and they have these big fancy cities and they'll put statues all around and they'll have all their people, dressing nice and doing nice. That's a reflection on the king. That's why that was how that was. All his ministers coming in and they all dressed to the T and they all got increase. And it's like, dang, bro, you got it like that. You serving, you doing it like that. This is what you're doing. This is the opulence that you got, that you roll with. The everybody else take gold and try to hide it under their bed. You got gold and make streets with it. That's why you let it's nothing to me, man. It's gold. It's just some gold. You know what I'm saying? We paved the road, couple roads with it. You know what I'm saying? I got some jade and jasper and all that up, and I decorated the castle with it. Just a little some. Ain't nothing big. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. Just little precious metals or something like that. It ain't no big to me. I create a new precious metal and make a new throne. You know what I'm saying? Just cause. You know what I'm saying? I'm the creator. That's what I do. So, with that, y'all, man, I pray y'all be blessed. I pray that, we all stand firm in this time and we all be blessed that we know that we're taken care of. We good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you need something, the Most High got you. You're going to take care of you no matter what it is. Just put your trust in him and fully trust in him and truly let that thing go and praise him when you may not, even when you don't feel like it. Because there was plenty of days I didn't feel like it, bro. I'm telling you, I'll be sitting in my brain is like, bro, how you gonna pay this? Oh, you gotta check your account. Look at it. Like, man, look, I'm just trusting in Yah. That's all I'm doing. I didn't take a goofy job position that came to me earlier. They paid a lot of money too, but it would have eaten up my time more than my current position does. It would have destroyed. I wouldn't have been here able to do what I'm doing right now. I wouldn't have, because I would have been on. They had it set up where I would have been basically the only on-call dude, because I would have been the only. Their first like senior level 3 high level tech, and the on-call doesn't have anybody high level, and since I'm just the only high level, I'm on call permanently. That's the kind of mess that was offered to me. They threw a big paycheck though. If I was in, looking for mammon, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, the paycheck was nice. It was very nice. Oh, it's a time of lack. Oh, people getting fired left and right. I shouldn't turn down a job. I had no guarantee that I was gonna get another job after that. I wasn't even really talking to nobody after that. I just put in applications, and they sent me the offer letter and everything. I had met them. They gave me the offer letter, all that. I turned it down. I had to trust in y'all because it just didn't sit right in my spirit. And I'm like, nah, I can't do this. I'm gonna finish this book. I'm gonna do what y'all do, and I'm gonna trust in y'all. And as soon as I finished the book, as soon as I had everything going with that, that's when y'all got me in contact with the place I'm in. I mean, it just flowed and boom, boom, boom. They even moved up my start date because I wanted to start a little sooner. They accommodated all that for a brother. Like the Most High will move for you, and it won't be in the position of getting you another job. He'll be in the position of I'm gonna move for you and get you out of this stuff. To get you out, because he's coming to get us out. So anyway, with that, man, y'all be blessed, and I pray y'all have a good evening this night.
I want peace, just not at the cost of my silence. Speak up. Through the hood, I keep hearing people say I'm supposed to die tonight. They can't destroy what they ain't built in the first place. So I'm finna ride tonight. I went from a truth seeker to truth speaker. Truth through the booth, your Bluetooth and your coupe speakers. Run up in here, I cut an ear. I'm two Peter. I bucket fear, I chuck a spear like Lou Peter. They love it here, I hate it here. They murder babies and pervert the children and make it here. It's getting crazy, everybody claiming they gangster here. And everybody feel it, but nobody is saying here. This call over money, so I say what I want, dog. Your favorite rapper don't need too afraid to be broke, dog. You lose your career pissing in folk off. But you can call black women hoes and kill all the black men that you want, dog. And I don't care if you hate that, I could take that. But stop claiming you real, knowing you hate facts. Sad thing is how fast you could diss a black queen and turn around and walk on eggshells for a drag queen. Bizzle, this what you wanted? I never came for the smoke, but if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. And see, that really ain't what I want. If it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. You can't muzzle me, dog, I say what I want. And if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. I really love peace, but I'm ready for the war. So if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. World full of fake news, nothing real about it. Put their agenda in the middle and just build around it. You don't use your own brain, they gon' flip the whole thing.